Last time on Code Lyoko, Quest for Infinity for the PlayStation 2.
Okay. Who's the lucky girl?
Um, it's a leader.
Wow.
According to my sources, there's more than a working relationship between Mr. Morales and Mrs. Hertz.
Are you serious?
Is it Xana again?
What's going on, Jeremie? The school is empty.
It's Xana. This time, it looks as if a virus has hit the city. The hospitals are overflowing, not to speak of the school infirmary.
But why didn't anything happen to us?
Very strange. Maybe a trap.
What's happening?
Oh no! A power outage! Another one of Xana's tactics. Oh. I can't use the return to the past or the skid.
Oh no. It's my dad. He's in the hospital because of that darn virus.
So what are you waiting for? You have to go see him.
What about the mission?
Go on. We'll manage without you.
Activate the tower quickly. I need energy to repair the skid.
Consider it done.
Oh no! What's going on? Aelita, what's happening?
Jeremie, I can't hear you very well.
Oh no! The communications are jammed. Everything's gone haywire. Aelita, can you hear me? What's going on? Everybody okay?
Could be better. What happened?
No idea, but the way I lost control, it's really strange.
Ha ha ha!
And now, the thrilling conclusion.
Oh no! A Volcanoid!
And here I thought we got
we get to fight William again.
Looks like Xana
So-
has an assembly line.
This is the first we see of the volcano stage, and by the way, William just decimates Odd if you try to use him here. He's able to use the super smoke to actually pull you in and smack you. But he doesn't seem to do it to anybody else. So Yumi goes from being a useful secondary character to being the best character to fight William in the entire game. For the entire remainder of the game. And you'll fight him a few more times, so.
Can you guys hear me?
And as per
It's
usual,
Ulrich.
when you defeat
Ulrich?
William, all the other monsters
We
explode.
can hear you. William was probably jamming the communications.
Ulrich, you're not in the hospital?
So,
If I want my dad to get better, there's no way around it. We have to stop Xana.
All right, what's happening?
yeah, that's
Where's Jeremie?
that's pretty
He went
good.
to get some software. While you're waiting,
Actually, I'm
deactivate
kind
the
of
tower
wondering,
to stop the virus.
was I able to move here, or could I not move? I can't remember if I could move or not there, but I couldn't really do anything until the enemy showed up for me to freeze. And there we go. So we freeze that guy in a block of ice, jump up here to some platforms, and as you can probably tell very clearly from the video, it's really hard to see what's going on in the volcano levels. I don't remember it being this hard when I was playing the game the first few times, but on the high-def television I have, this stage is almost unplayable. It's that dark. So, yeah, you need the brightness up really high to have a good chance of seeing. And there are still a few parts where even in that regard,
Oh, you
it's
again?
not very
Yeah.
good.
I
You'll
just
see
got
it here in
back.
a minute.
You have a new power.
But we finally got Odd's
Time
power that
control.
requires the use of his
I'll
energy
implement
meter.
it for you.
The time
It will help you
control.
slow down machines
Because
and
he's
enemies.
not overpowered enough, now he has to have bullet time. Gotta love that. Oh well, it works out pretty well for him in the end. And of course, he's got one of the two powers you actually have to hold the button until it activates. The other person to have that power is Yumi, when we finally get telekinesis later. And of course, when you're using time control, you have to stay as Odd or it gets cancelled instantly. Great idea. Actually, that is a great idea. Anyway, climb some ledges. We run over here where it's actually one of the flight points for Aelita's final power, which we won't get in for a while here. And get across the platforms, and this is something else. In a lot of the, well, right there, I couldn't actually see that hole until I'd run right into it. So, yeah, the game's kind of not that good at the whole... Well, it does have that line going down on the side, so I'm kind of an
You'll
idiot.
have to use time control.
And then here I screwed up the jump the first time, so that's why there's a cut there. But the thing is, as you hit that first platform, it starts a timer for the rest of them, so you can't slow down to avoid getting hit by the volcano stuff.
There's no need to eliminate
Luckily, you get
these
fully
Volcanoids.
healed when you hit the checkpoint on the other side. Here's an infinitely respawning set of Volcanoids, but there's only one at a time, and you can completely ignore them. Your goal here is to hit 8 switches, which opens the 2 doors. The first door is for the ground switch door is right in front of the tower, and the wall switch door is right in front of you, I guess. So we'll run this way here, and we'll head to the tower to go ahead and take care of this here virus.
I'll take care of the
Though, well, yeah, I guess if it's some kind of Xana-controlled super virus thing, it might actually disappear just as soon as you turn off the tower. I don't really believe that for a second, but I'm going to give the game the benefit of the doubt. It's a good drink there. Tower deactivated. So, now we head to this little teleporter thing back here, because apparently deactivating the tower was not the end of our mission. Oh yeah, the skid's still technically in danger. You may have spotted an upgrade thing there for a half a second at the beginning of that clip. That's because I had to cut it a little bit. But the way I cut it, those upgrades shouldn't have appeared at all. It might actually have been a minor glitch in the programming. Because I grabbed them, then I died, and then it restarted me away from the area, but when I hit the teleporter and came over here, for some reason, the power-ups were there for a quarter of a second. Oh well, it's not important. What is important is that Odd takes forever to kill Volcanoids, which means they're about the only enemy in the game that Odd's actually not necessarily the best character to fight them. But when you have more than one at a time, you don't really have much of a choice but to peck away at them with tiny, tiny amounts of damage until they finally die from a really long range so that you don't get completely decimated. And there are a few places later on where you'll have to fight more than one, and a few places later on, at least one place later on, where you'll have to fight more than one and you don't have Odd. That means you're going to have to use Yumi. Thankfully, she is available for that.
I'm sending him to Lyoko to activate a tower that
Wait a
I can
minute,
use to repair the
you're sending
skid.
Auric by himself? I thought you said no
Able to get
more
that.
solo missions in the first, well, mission of the
Hurry
game.
up and wipe out the
And,
tower,
wow,
Ulrich.
he's
The
going
others
back to the
won't
place
hold
where
out long.
Odd did his
I'll
solo
take care
mission.
of the rest.
Okay.
Wait a minute,
I'm
aren't
on
there
it.
some switches on the wall up ahead that need to be shot? Well, thankfully the game designers are not stupid, and therefore, when you're going through here with just Ulrich, you don't actually have to shoot any switches. You can just run straight through. Or slide across the ground. And when you slide to the side, it does a little spin or pirouette after you're done sliding. Well, in any case. So this is the first time you actually get to see me play Ulrich for an extended period of time. There is one other solo stage that will require Ulrich later on, so you'll get to see it then too, unfortunately. As I've already stated, Auric is really not the best character. He's got the most attack power, but he's not the best character. Which is rare in most video games from my experience. Characters with the highest attack power usually have their extreme uses. Situations where you need to dish out a lot of damage really fast, but don't actually need to worry too much about control. Learning to play a character with a lot of power would technically make it very powerful, very lethal. But Ulrich kind of lags behind Odd in this game. As you see, I'm pretty much avoiding all the enemies because there's really no point to fighting any of them here. But up ahead, I'll waste a little bit of time fighting some enemies. As you'll see, there are metal creepers. You gotta love those things. Yeah, whenever you have Ulrich by himself, there's a decent chance you'll run into some metal creepers. Whether you have to fight them or not is a different story. But here I waste some time going to an area that you need odd to get to, so yeah, that's sad. Oh well. In any case, we climb up this little spiral ramp here. So how this little section works, as you'll see soon enough, each of these areas has a button that has a platform. You go through 4 areas with 4 buttons, but you can't access all of them right away, only that one. Each one is a different little encounter that you'll get to see. So when you hit this button at the top, it opens the 3 doors. The first door being directly below you. So, obviously, the smart thing to do for that door is to go all the way down the ramp very slowly and carefully. Well, never mind. Whatever works, I guess. In any case, get a few backstabs on that guy. And finish him with a jumping slash. Which is, of course, Ulrich's best attack, because it's the fastest one and has the best recovery. And it's a little more powerful than his basic attack, too, so it works out really well in multiple areas. You gotta love it when the game does that for you. So now we go up to the next little area. We already did that one, so go to the next one. And this one features another fight against one of the melee tarantulas. Really, I don't understand the whole point behind them. A metal creeper. He goes down fast. And then the ground itself rises up to let us get up to the top area to fight a shield creeper. Oh boy. And yeah, you pretty much have to do the blocking stuff from this point-blank range. But luckily, Auric's actually pretty good against these guys, because once he knocks the shield down, it's actually just faster for him to go up and slash the crap out of it immediately afterward. So, we've got 3 of the 4 platforms now. We got 1 more to go. So, what's this one gonna be? I'm sure it's nothing really... Wow, that kind of scares me a little. Because that makes me think they're gonna send kamikazes after you. And if you're playing as Ulrich and you were to get kamikazes sent after you on that thin of a platform, you'd be proper screwed. But there I kill him pretty much for entertainment purposes, because there's no real point. Dash out of the way of a shot, and run up to the platforms. So we are done with this little puzzle section. And refill my energy. Failed to properly gauge friction, or the lack thereof, and almost fall off the ledge, which would have been really annoying. Ignore the digital beam things that try to kill you, because they're really not dangerous. As you saw with Odd earlier, I jumped through all of them and took just barely more than half my health, getting hit by every single one of them. So if you picked up all the power-ups through the course of the game, those are never really a threat. So let's run across here to the tower. Oh boy, it's a one-way trip. Oh. Not getting those reflects early on actually kind of makes this a little bit dangerous. See here, I actually kind of get pretty close to getting killed. Take a pretty good amount of damage from there, considering I was actually at full health when I reached this point, or just about at least. But I managed to take out the enemy here, and I knock back shots to the metal creeper, which does absolutely nothing. Of course. And then I finish it off. So now Jeremie can take control of the tower just like previously. In this same sector. Wonder if he programmed it that way. That would be smart. Oh well. This video is just about to wrap up, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Any comments or suggestions you have for the editing I did here, anything I could do better next time, complaints, post them. Thanks.